Okay, thank you guys for joining. Today we're going to be talking about using some of our analytics tools, primarily urbandigs.com and OLR.com, to use it to get market information and to run comps and help you to price units. And it's important to be able to do this both when you're working with buyers as well as when you're working with sellers, right? You know, for a seller, you need to give them a sense of what the market value is for their home. For a buyer, this can be helpful to help show them what an offer general price range should be, or if they're getting a good value for a particular property that they're putting in an offer on. So again, everyone here at Weichert has a free 2-week subscription to urbandigs.com. You can use your Weichert email to log in and again, sign up for that free 2 weeks. If you find that you're using this after the 2 weeks and you're sending out market reports, I can give you a free paid subscription to the platform, right? But you get the 2 weeks for free first to use it. If you're continuing to use it, just let me know and I can get you signed up for it. So here I am on urbandigs.com. This is the main dashboard. And even here, we can get a lot of information about what's going on with the market, right? Here in the market ticker, it's really just a general look at what's happening in the market, either here in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, and again, those are the two boroughs where you can get information on Urban Digs for right now. If you're looking in Queens, the Bronx, or Staten Island, you'll want to use OLR and a couple different resources. So again, Urban Digs is good for Manhattan and Brooklyn. So one thing that you can do is you can look here on the market ticker and you can get a sense of what's going on with the market, right? So just from logging in, you can do that. Here, the settings are for Manhattan wide. And what we can see is we can see the supply, the number of contracts signed, how many properties have come off the market, and what the market pulse is. And really what the market pulse looks at is the ratio of supply and either contracts or off market and what's going on there, right? And what we can do is we can look at it over a 1 week period. We can toggle over here, look at over a 1 month period to get a sense of what's happening with the market, right? If we look here, the supply of apartments over the last month across Manhattan was 827 new listings, and 868 contracts were signed, right? So we're actually seeing more properties go into contract than are coming onto the market, which is pushing down inventory and potentially pushing up prices, right? If we look at the market pulse here, we can see that across Manhattan, we're in a seller's market. And again, we can always change this. So if you're working with someone in a certain area, so let's say we're looking in Soho, right? We can just look at what's happening in Soho, right? So 2 apartments came on the market this month in Soho, pretty low, 1 this week. 8 contracts were signed, right? So that means there are 4 times as many properties going into contract than are coming on the market. And this is important because it really gives you a sense of the resupply rate. And again, what's happening with the market, right? In this case, it's a seller's market in Soho. Again, this can be done across boroughs. If you're looking in the Upper East Side, you can do the same thing, right? 50 came on the market and 63 contracts were signed this month. This week, 16 put on, 13 signed. So it's pretty crazy how quickly things are moving, right? Everyone who's working in the market, anyone who's active can probably tell you that properties are going into contract, even things that have been sitting. I just experienced a bidding war with a buyer of mine, basically something that had been on the market for over 2 months. The owner just wanted the asking price. They got 3 offers over the same weekend and it went for over, we know it was at least over 30,000 over the asking price and more likely like 50,000, even though it had been sitting for a long time. So what we are seeing is that there's a lot of action going on and it really is a seller's market across most of the market areas where we're working. So again, this market ticker can just really give you a sense of what's happening in the market at a quick glance. The other thing that you can do here in Urban Digs, and there's a couple of them, is look at charts, right? And these charts are customizable for you or for a potential, again, buyer or seller that you're working with to give them a sense of what's going on. So let's pick Brooklyn. Let's look at the whole market. Let's look at supply, pending sales, and off market. Let's put Williamsburg in, and let's look at all price ranges, right? And so what this does is this is going to create a report for us and preview it so we can see what's happening with supply, right? Since we had a high of 183 last November, and right now we're at 82 listings on the market, right? There was a little bit of a spike in early January, but besides that, it wasn't too much. And again, if I go back, and if I change this, let's go back in Brooklyn. Let's just look at resales, supply, sales, median sale price, new supply, days on market, price per square foot. Let's see what's going on here. We'll click on a lot of them. Let's do the whole thing in Brooklyn. Right, we can preview this report and it'll give us even more data. The nice things about these reports are that, again, they're extremely customizable. You can look at them from different target date ranges, right? If we just want to see what's happened over the last 6 months, right? Supply has gone down significantly. Pending sales have gone down significantly. Again, here I'm looking at all of Brooklyn. Again, we can always change that. You can edit the filters. Edit settings, Brooklyn, resale. Next, let's say we just want to do Williamsburg. And we can see what's happening with the resale market, right? So from over the last 6 months, we've seen a sharp decline in supply, right? Pending sales are ticking up a little bit. Median sale price has gone up, it's gone down a little bit. New supply, days on market, right? We can look at all these different things. And what we can then do is we can export this. And the greatest thing about Urban Digs is that it's going to brand all these reports to you. Again, once it downloads, let me just make this a little smaller. What we can do is we can have all these charts, right? So here's a supply chart, right? Supply is down 30% from last year, from last month, and almost 60% from last year. Pending sales, down year to date, down from last month, and up from last year by almost 50%. New supply, again, look at how little has come on the market in December, right? That's traditionally does happen over the, again, you can see here, January, February lower, but we expect it to kind of go up and then down. We had a huge uptick in September and went down since then. So again, these are all things that you can use to talk to people about what is going on in the market, right? You can use these as talking points. You can take these charts and put them into a marketing brochure that you send out, right? The other thing that Urban Digs has that you can, again, share this with anyone who's looking to buy in Williamsburg or sell in Williamsburg or whatever it is. The other thing that you can do, and I'm going to go back to the homepage on Urban Digs, is you can pull in what's called an infographic, right? Now, there are 5 different ones you can pick from, 3 charts every buyer should see, a quick market snapshot, a weekly market report, price reductions, cap rate, right? I like this quick market snapshot. This is the one that I tend to use. So I'm going to click there. You're going to select a borough and then an area. Let's go back to Williamsburg. You can pick if you want only new developments, only resales, or the whole market. Let's do that. You can also specify condos, co-ops, and townhouses. So let's look at the whole, right? So what's happening in Williamsburg, right? The market pulse, it means that we are looking at a seller's market right now, right? The market pulse is 1.62. That means that we have very limited inventory, right? Supply is down 20% from a year ago. Pending sales are way up from a year ago. Negotiability is down. It's at 0.8%, right? Things are going for close to the asking price. Days on market down 39 days. And median sale price is up almost 50% from a year ago. So, right, there's some crazy things happening in Williamsburg. Now, the nice thing is that we can download this and it will come onto our computer as a JPEG. And so if you've attended or watched any of the videos on how to send marketing emails, you can then take this, which again is going to be a JPEG, right? We can take this, it's branded to me, which is great. It's got all this information. And I could then put this into an email and send it to all the email addresses associated with Williamsburg. Or if I'm working with someone in Williamsburg, I could send it to them, share it, let them know. I can share it to my social media, right? All of these things are great ways for you to get your name out there more to people that you don't know in the terms of the mass emails, or people that you know in the terms of using it on your social media, right? This helps you understand the market a little bit better based on the data, right? Based on the raw numbers, based on what is actually going on with contracts and things like that. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to Urban Digs, and I just want to show you one more tool that we have in the system, and that's how to price a unit, right? Again, one of the great things that we can do is we can look at a building and we can look at a property and we can try to price it based on what's happening on the market as well as by looking at comps that have happened, things that have sold. So for this one, I'm going to take a listing. Let's see, I'm going to do a building that I know in Williamsburg, 138 Broadway, right? And let's pretend we have apartment 3E that we want to sell, right? So I'm going to hit start comps report. Now, what Urban Digs is going to do, and again, this works for Manhattan and for Brooklyn, is that it's going to pull information that it has on that listing, right? So in this case, 3E sold for 2050 back in October of 2020. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull other comps that happened in the building or outside the building. And we can use those to comp our apartment, right? In this case, 3E is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. And so what we can do is we can look at 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartments that have sold in the building, right? And these ones are pretty recent, right? November 8th, 3-bedroom, 2-bath sold. Again, this is going to pull stuff from the listing. So we've got, hey, it's got 3 bedrooms, right? 2 baths, nice layout, open kitchen and stuff like that. So let's take that as one of the comps that we want to use. 5E also sold, and that's a great comp to use. Again, 3E sold twice in January and October. So those are two good ones that happened recently in the building. Again, when we're comping an apartment, we want to find as similar of things. Oftentimes we start with that horizontal living of being in the building, and then we go, or sorry, the vertical living of being in the building, and then we go to the horizontal living of what's happening around us, right? So after I pick these, I'm going to go to choose from outside building, right? And what we can do is we can look at these other units that have sold, right? This is a duplex with outdoor space, maybe not the best comp for this one. Let's see, this one is, yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, good views. It's probably a good one from Kent. Let's see, Wythe Avenue, what does this one look like? Well, we don't have a floor plan, but we've got photos. Maybe a little smaller living room. It's a duplex. It's got 3 bedrooms. Okay, so let's take this one as one as well. Right? And then we're going to hit next, make adjustments. Now, what this allows us to do is change the price based on what's happened. And the system is going to go in there automatically, right? So again, it went into 5E. This was the sold price. There's a renovation adjustment, right? So if you're looking at something that's not renovated at all versus something that's renovated, you can make an adjustment, right? And Urban Digs really talks you through how to make the adjustments, right? A new kitchen, 50 to 80,000, new bathroom, 20 to 40,000, new floor, $25 to $30 per square foot. Prices will vary drastically based on what they've done. So again, you can kind of change these things. There'll be market adjustments, right? In this case, they're looking at, okay, there's going to be a 5% increase or up to a 5% increase based on what's happening with the market. So let's put it at that 5%. Let's do this again. Let's bump these up. So again, what this is doing, and you can see here, is it's changing the actual sold prices based on what's happened in the market, right? Let's say we're up, we feel like we're up a little bit more again. Views, if your floor is lower, higher. Again, this was 9 floors higher, but the view's not great. So let's decrease this. Again, these are all kind of arbitrary changes that you're making that are based on what you know about the property, the condition. A lot of times, maybe you've seen the property or there are photos up of it, so you can get a good sense of this. And what this does is it helps us adjust and actually come up with a suggested sale price, right? So this is when this apartment last sold. These are other comps, right? A little under 2, a little over 2. They're suggesting a price range of 2.192 to 2.327, and it goes up from there, right? Based on these other ones. And again, if we go to the next one, export PDF, what this is going to do is it's going to create a comp sale report for that apartment for us, right? And in the same way that we downloaded the infographics, we can download this comp or this report, and we can use it when we go on a listing presentation, right? To help comp out the price and stuff like that. Again, it has what happened with what's happening in Williamsburg, stuff that's for sale, in contract, recently sold, what happened in the building, what this last sold for, again, how we adjusted the prices and stuff like that. And it's going to pop out this price range, right? Think of what a great tool this is to use when you're talking to a potential seller. Think of how you can also use this, even if something is on the market, to really get a sense of what the true market value is, right? You can almost like pretend like you're pricing that unit yourself, so you can show someone, hey, this has value, right? if we renovated this, look at what other things have sold for. And again, it's really a great way that you can take this data and take these data sources that we have and share it with potential clients or with clients that you currently are working with. So again, Urban Digs is one of the best tools that you have. I'm going to discard it. One of the best tools that you have. There's tons of information in here. This is a really great tool to keep you updated of what's going on, to help you create marketing materials for yourself, to help you figure out what's going on in the market if you're not really entrenched in it and don't have a sense from firsthand knowledge. This is all the data that's flowing in, right? Sold prices, in contract prices, right? Whatever it is, it's giving you information of what's going on. Again, there's also CMAs that you can run. You can look at what's going on in a given neighborhood. Again, let's say one of your clients is looking at a property at, let's say 70 East 91st Street. Ooh, that didn't work. Let me do one that I know exists. 5, 9. Oh, there we go. 5 East 9. Right. So what you can do is you can see things that are active and what the price points are. You can see things that are in contract and what the last asking price was, right? It's not going to give you the price, but it's going to give you what it was asking. We can see closed data and what's going on. And even better, we can see off-market stuff, right? And these are great ways that maybe you have a buyer that's looking for something. There's nothing on the market. Well, maybe some stuff came off the market that would fit for them. And maybe it's worth kind of exploring that and seeing what else is going on, right? So these are all great tools of ways that you can look at what's going on in the market, seeing what's been in contract, and really price things out, right? And again, we can do something similar. We can pick a couple things. Let's pick those two. Let's pick these two. Let's pick closed. 9, right? And again, you want to find the closest ones. We can export a PDF of these. And let's say we're looking at 55 East 9, 5G, 3GH. And for me, right? What you can do is you can then share this with your client, or you can export it. Again, I always like exporting it as a PDF and then taking it and sending it over to them. Let's see what the report looks like. But again, it's ways that you can kind of look at what's going on in the market to try to get a sense of what's going on, right? And for the closed sales, right? This one went for 5% above the asking price, right? These ones closed for a little under. Right? Multiple ones went for over the asking price, and that's helping you be able to tell your client what's going on with the market. So again, average price for a 3-bedroom in the village, median sale price, average monthlies, right? Sold data, in contract data, closed data, and the properties themselves, right? So this is helping you show them and maybe guide them in terms of where they're going to put in a price if they're looking at specific units. Now, there's another place that you can go for these analytic data, and that's OLR, right? And again, if you're a member of LIBOR, if you're on CYBOR, there's similar search functions within those MLSs. We're just going to talk about OLR tonight. Again, OLR covers Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island. So you can use it for one of those other boroughs if you're not looking in Manhattan or Brooklyn, which is where Urban Digs cover. So if we go here under reports, we can click here on closed sales, right? And this can help us find properties that have sold in certain neighborhoods over the last, 24 months to all the way back to recorded time. So let's say, again, we're looking in Williamsburg, right? And we want to see what's closed over the last 3 months for a 3-bedroom. Oops, sorry, let's keep that blank. For 3-bedroom, 2-bath apartments, and we just want 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So let's make that exact. I'm gonna hit search, right? And this is gonna spit out information. And the cool thing is that, again, I can select stuff. If it doesn't look like it's a good fit, maybe it's a little further away from the ones we're looking at. What we can do is we can click here and pick the ones that we want. Let's say we don't want 1 Northside Piers, it's a little too far. 50 Bayard, maybe that's a good one. South 2nd, these are good ones. Again, we can click on a bunch of these and just see kind of what's going on here. If we click on selected items, what this will do is, again, it will create a little report that then we can see what the listed price was, what the sold price. We can see the discount over the last few months was very low, right? 1.43%. The average sale price, weeks on market, average square footage and stuff like that, listed price, all of that. So we can get a good sense of what's going on in the market. This also works, again, in Queens. Let's say you're looking in, I'm going to X out of this. I'm just going to reset this because let's say we want to look in Astoria, right? For the same thing, last 3 months, let's say 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, 2 baths that closed. We just want the 3 bedrooms for now. Again, you can make this a bigger range. You can search for other things. And I don't think Astoria came in. Make sure. Let me reset this. We just want Astoria and 3-bedroom, 2 bath. And we can get a sense of what's going on with the market there based on the closed sales data. Right, so 5. So we've got penthouse 1.61. We gotta select some, I apologize. Let's select these. Most of these look like duplexes. And again, it will give us a sense of what the sale prices are. The cool thing is you can, if it's been on the market, right? If there's a listed price and stuff like that, you can often, under the search results, you can click on the listing and it will open up the OLR listing. So again, you can look to see if it's a good comp, if it's a bad comp, kind of what's going on with this. Again, you can download this information. You can share it with your clients. There's a lot that we can do with this closed sales data. But again, it will help you to be able to price out apartments and to tell people what things have sold for, generally last price points for things that are in contract, as well as things that are on the market, right? We can do these similar searches on OLR like we can do on Urban Digs to get a sense of, again, what's happening with closed sales data, the same way that we can search, again, what's happening right now. So let's say we're looking at sales in Astoria, right? Let's do 1 to 1 million. And we just want 3 bedrooms or larger. Go over here to apartment. So we just want 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2 bath. And then we can get a sense of what's actually on the market as well. And again, these are all great tools for you to use to be able to get data that you can share with current clients, or I guess there's nothing on the market. I guess there's nothing on the market for a 3-bedroom that's listed here. So let's just look at 2 bedrooms. Okay, so there's 6 2-bedrooms on the market, right? And again, it's got all the information on it, the pricing, all this information. So again, we can change this search. If I go back to the search, I can also look for, let's say we just want to see things that are in contract, right? I can change the status here to contract signed, and we can see things that have gone into contract over the last 3 months, right? So there's 21, right? Crazy, lots of contracts being signed in Astoria. Again, that's showing you how strong the market is. Again, if we were able to get something like a market pulse, it'd probably show that everything's going to contract in Astoria as well. So these are, again, great tools, great ways for you to get more information about the market, what's happening, and be able to share that information. Again, if you're not on Urban Digs, I definitely recommend it. It's a great way to pull data to share with your clients. And again, any questions that you have about comping things or going over it, let me know. We can kind of go over this again, but I'll be sending this video out. And again, you get 2 free weeks of Urban Digs if you're using it. If you're sending out data from it, we'll give you a full paid subscription. So thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording.